Welcome to the Luxury of Home, where we take you inside the world of real estate from Cape Cod to Boston and beyond. I'm your host, Emily Clark, president of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Robert Paul Properties. I'm here to bring you informed insights on luxury, value, and market trends that matter. Because luxury isn't a one-size-fits-all. Sometimes it's your first home, sometimes it's room for a growing family, and sometimes it's the security of a smart investment. With each episode, we'll explore what luxury truly means in real estate and how it evolves through every chapter of life. Today, we're kicking off a special 4-part series on the Massachusetts coastal housing market as we hit the halfway point of 2025. In this first episode, I want to give you the big picture: what's shifting, what's staying steady, and what this all means if you're buying, selling, or investing right now. So let's dive in. If I had to sum up the first half of 2025 in one word, it would be stabilization. After a few wild years of skyrocketing prices and intense bidding wars, the market is finally finding its balance. Prices aren't spiking anymore, they're ticking up modestly, and in some spots, they've even leveled off. For the first time in a while, we're seeing something both buyers and sellers crave: predictability. Inventory is still low compared to pre-pandemic levels, but it's moving in the right direction. By May, single-family home inventory across Massachusetts was up over 6%, and the condo inventory jumped more than 13%. That's 3 months of growth in a row, which is huge. For buyers, that means more options and a little less frenzy than what we've seen in the last couple of years. Mortgage rates are holding in the mid 6% range, definitely higher than what many sellers have locked in at, which is why some are still sitting tight. The Fed hasn't made any moves yet in 2025, but there's talk of possible rate cuts later this year. So for now, the phrase is higher for longer. Nationally, home sales have cooled off, but here in New England, demand is still strong because of our tight supply and the lifestyle many people want in this region. First up, we're going to take a look at Cape Cod. It's still competitive, but the pace is shifting. The number of new listings that have come on the market since the beginning of the year is up just over 4% compared to last year. The days on market have increased to 51 days compared to 41 the same time last year. This is a jump of 24%. This means that buyers finally have a little breathing room. With the days on market stretching, we're seeing price adjustments popping up more often. That said, the luxury market is still booming. New listings over $2 million are up nearly 20%, and closed sales in that price range have jumped up by 21%. If you're dreaming of a Cape Cod waterfront home, now's your time to start looking. Next, let's talk about the South Shore and South Coast market. These areas continue to pull in buyers looking for coastal living without being too far from Boston. Median list prices are up anywhere from 3% to 13% depending on the town, sitting in the mid-600s to the high 800s as you get closer to Boston. Homes are still moving quickly, but buyers are taking their time, so pricing strategy is more important than ever. In the luxury segment, it's on fire. On the South Coast, listings are up 44%, and closed sales are up a staggering 300%. The days on market have dropped by over 40%. On the South Shore, we're seeing much of the same story. New luxury inventory is up 37%, closed sales up 42%, and days on market are down by 40%. If you happen to have a South Shore property with sweeping ocean views or a South Coast home with a private dock, that's what the high net worth buyers are chasing right now. And of course, Boston and the North Shore. This is what we call the feeder market to the Cape and Islands and the suburban areas. Boston is often a lead indicator for what market trends will spill over outside of the city. Boston's core neighborhoods, like the Back Bay and the South End, are holding strong. The median list price in these areas are well over $1 million, and the luxury units easily top out at $3 million and above. Bidding wars aren't as wild as they once were, but anything that's move-in ready and a great location still gets serious attention. Suburban spots like Newton and Wellesley, they're still hot too, with inventory so tight that they can't keep up. On the North Shore, we've seen big gains. Essex County's median price is up 10%, and the luxury properties are up 15%. Now let's pull it back for a minute and take a look at what we're seeing ahead. Dr. Lawrence Yun, chief economist at National Association of Realtors, is predicting 2 to 3 interest rate cuts in the next year and a half. If rates dip closer to 6% or even break the 6% mark, we could see a 14% bump in home sales nationally. That's more than 500,000 extra transactions. Here in the coastal Massachusetts area, the fundamentals are strong. Foreclosure is at record lows, homeowner equity is at record highs, and the demand isn't going anywhere. So what does this all mean for you? If you're a buyer, this is your moment. More inventory, less frenzy, and room to negotiate. For sellers, you still have the upper hand a little bit here, but strategy matters more than ever. Presentation and pricing are everything, especially in the luxury segment, where buyers expect nothing less than perfection. The bottom line, coastal Massachusetts is still one of the most desirable markets in the country. With the right game plan, you can win, whether you're buying or selling. Want to dig deeper or explore your options? Visit robertpaul.com to connect with one of our local experts. And don't forget to subscribe to The Luxury of Home so you don't miss our next episode, where we're taking a closer look at the Cape Cod and Islands. I'll see you then.